I think we're good. We've noticed there's been some updates to Google On Air and Google Hangout. So thank you for joining us. We know we've got people tuning in live, and we might have a few others join us on the thumbnail. Very excited about taking your brand viral. This is Michael Butler, michaeldbutler.com, and we're very excited because we know we have authors, we have entrepreneurs, we have business owners and speakers here. Maybe we have some other agency owners and marketing firm owners like Kirsten here in Tulsa that are wanting to take their brand viral, but also take their clients' brands viral in a busy world full of noise. And that's really the thing. From childhood, we get these cereal commercials, and we've learned from our toddler years how to tune out in-your-face advertising and marketing. And so what we're going to do today is really talk about how to get other people talking about your brand online, and that's really the most powerful thing. So let me first tell you a little bit about me before I introduce our exciting guest that we have with us today. I think you're going to love this. I've been working as an internet consultant since 2005. As a single dad of 4 boys, I found the internet world in 2005 and realized we were onto something powerful here, and sold my traditional business that year that I was in the process of franchising, and haven't looked back. And you're going to find out from our guest today that he's, like myself, been involved in marketing since the MySpace days, and so that kind of predates some people on this call, I'm sure. But if you remember MySpace, it was viral marketing heaven for a lot of people. A lot of people made a lot of money there, and of course now we've all moved to Facebook. But we've got a couple free gifts we're going to give you by the end of the Hangout today. So I don't want you to go away. We're going to put those into your hands. Stick around. Grab a pen, grab a paper, because the information you get from our guest is very powerful, and it's very purple. But let me tell you about myself. AuthorBookMarketing.com grew out of M3 New Media, which is our PR firm, and Michael D. Butler as an author and speaker is where I do coaching and consulting. But last year we had clients on Fox News, CNN, Dr. Phil, Inc. magazine, and many others, taking their brand viral in a world filled with noise. And with that, we'll go to the next slide there. The biggest challenge in getting your brand found online is getting past the gatekeeper. There's so much noise out there. And James Farley, the CMO of Ford Motor Company, said, it's not enough just to talk about your brand online. As a matter of fact, a lot of people look at marketing or social media as another channel to broadcast. And while it is that, we definitely want to get other people talking about your brand. Now, Ford is the only American motor company that did not take a government bailout. And one reason for that is 45% of their marketing and advertising is dedicated to traditional marketing, as you see the CMO of Ford said there. It's not enough to talk about your brand yourself. You need others talking about your brand. With that, I'm going to pull up our PowerPoint here, which is exciting. And by the way, if you're on this webinar, you don't need to feel like you're going to miss anything, because we're going to make these slides available to you at the end of the Hangout today, okay? Along with the free gifts we're throwing your way. So with that being said, I am going to share our PowerPoint. So Gary Vaynerchuk took his wine business from $4 million to $50 million with social media. How did he do that? He's a little crazy, he's a little out of the box, and he gets other people talking about your brand. Can you see that slide okay? Okay. Okay. Gary Vaynerchuk, his latest book, Crush It. We're going to talk today about the strategy behind the purple cow. If you want to stand out, make sales, be unique in this market, in this day, you need to have a purple cow. Everybody's got a brown cow, everybody's got a white cow. You need a purple cow. And you need to be able to differentiate yourself from everybody else in the marketplace. So stick around. I'm going to give you my book, Monetize Yourself Online. My past ebook, Twitter Marketing for Authors, helped 2 authors get movie deals last year. So we're going to give you this book at the end of the call. But I tell you, I'm really excited about introducing our guest today. But before we do that, let me just give you a little bit of housekeeping. If you want to ask a question, you can type in the chat box over on the right, or you can tweet with the hashtag PlumCube, and we're going to be answering your questions about viral marketing today. And with this, my friend of several years now, he hails from Las Vegas, Nevada, originally from Hawaii, and that's Michael Kaleikini. And Michael's a good friend, business administration, his background like myself. He found many dollars to be made on MySpace in the early days of the internet. He knows internet marketing. He's been consulting and coaching business owners and internet marketing marketers for years. So with that, Michael, let's bring you up to the call.
Thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate you having me on today. If anybody's looking at the film strip down below and they saw the picture of me, it's quite different. I just recently decided to kind of grow out a little bit of a beard and mustache, but it is me. And as Michael said, I've been in business development for about 7 years, and yeah, I do know MySpace. I actually was one of the first couple 100,000 that got onto it, and I did a lot of business on there. It was a lot of fun. And then as soon as things moved, we went over to Facebook, and of course now Facebook's the place to hang out. My experience with everything in viral marketing has been following people like Seth Godin and some of the other marketing greats. Had a blast studying it, had a lot of fun playing with it, and I got a lot of stuff that I want to share with you guys. So Mike, if you want to move it over to the next screen for me. Beauty. All right, so our key message today is PlumCube makes viral marketing easier. PlumCube is a company that I'm a partner in. We've gotten the rights to go ahead and bring this out to the marketplace. And as I explain what it is to you, you'll begin to picture how this thing can actually work for your or your customer's advantage. Next slide, please. So who's this for? It's really for anybody who's in business. So business owners who need a new marketing solution, professionals that need a unique self-promotion or branding, and distributors. They need to increase market awareness. Next up. I have a lot of information to go through, guys, so I'm going to move kind of fast. So what we're going to go through is what viral marketing is, what the Cube is, what its functions are and the benefits, and then, of course, at the end, how to make one of these yours. Next slide, please. There we go. So a lot of people want to wonder, well, why would I need a Cube? You know, there's plenty of websites out there. That's great, wonderful. What makes the Cube different? And am I going to have to learn a whole new system to be able to work with it? And I think you're going to find it pleasantly surprising as to how easy we've made it. Before we get going, does anybody have any questions? If you do, drop it over on the chat on the right side. And then at the same time, we'll take a quick look over at Twitter to see if anybody's done anything there. Mike, you got anything on your end? I'm not seeing anything. Okay, I guess we're good. Why don't we move to the next slide? And guys, if you do, just go ahead and type your questions over on the right side. We'll address them.
Sounds good. We'll be keeping an eye on the Twitter feed and the chat box as you share. Josh and I will be, Michael.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Cool. So here's kind of the overview. We broke this up into 3 sections. We're going to go through viral marketing, what it is, and how it works. CUBIN, it's kind of the idea of going over the Cube again, and then Cube yourself, how to get your business cubed. Next slide, please. Okay, so viral marketing. What is it? Most everybody has seen examples of viral marketing, but a definition of it has, I don't know, maybe not everybody understands it. So I'm going to share one from one of my virtual mentors, Seth Godin, on what viral marketing is. And he actually writes it out in his blog, that viral marketing is an idea that spreads and an idea that while it is spreading actually helps market your business or cause. And there's two types of viral marketing. The original classic sort in which the marketing is the product and which a self-amplifying cycle occurs. So Hotmail, for example, or YouTube, the more people use them, the more people see them, the more people see them, the more people use them. Get the idea? The product or service must be something that improves once more people use it. A second kind has evolved over the last few years, and that's a marketing campaign that spreads but isn't the product itself. And there's a whole bunch of great examples, and I'm going to ask Mike, go ahead and click one of them, and I'm sure you guys will recognize this. You guys remember these guys? The Mentos Diet Coke boys? They did that whole symphony with bottles of Diet Coke and Mentos. It's kind of interesting. Oh, Mike, we got an echo going. Oh, how are we doing? Still got the echo.
Did we get it? Did that do it?
There we go. Now it's clear. Mike's got such great sound equipment; it picks up everything, including itself. So anyway, that going back to Diet Coke and Mentos, it was kind of interesting to see that these two boys actually went ahead and did this, and Mentos responded by following up on it. Diet Coke didn't do so, or Coke didn't do so well on following up on it. And here's another one. You guys remember the Avian water bottle babies? And then go ahead, Mike. That last one, guys, he is the prime classic example of what going viral is. Everybody remembers his Gangnam Style with his silly little horse dance. There was a real strategy behind that. That was not an accident. And the reason that it was so successful is, one, they took the copyrights off of it and actually encouraged everybody to go ahead and make their own version of it. And with the way people love to have fun and how easy that dance was to play around with, we all saw the results. One more example of that is obviously the Harlem Shake. I'm still not clear as to what that whole thing was about, but it certainly went viral, and it did its thing. So to finish out that definition, it's something being viral is not in and of itself viral marketing. You know, who cares that 32 million people saw your stupid video if it didn't market you or your business in a tangible, useful way? Okay, so when you're doing viral stuff, marketers, you know, we're obsessed with free media, businesses as well, and is often the case, we kind of blow it in our rush to get our share of the market. We create content that's hampered or selfish or boring. It's not interesting, cool, or even has any real good shock value. Or we can create something completely viral that doesn't do any marketing at all. And you don't want to do that either. So next slide, Mike. So everybody understands internet marketing now. This is the old school stuff, all pay-per-click, banner, display ads, email marketing, social media marketing. Email and has become very skewed because of all the spamming that's been going on. PPC is a real tough one. You got to know things. You got to, you know, get certified with Google in order to really understand what you're doing. Anybody can do pay-per-click, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to spend a lot more money than get any results, right? So we want to look at what the future of marketing is. That's the next slide. And we believe it's going to be in apps. We've already seen it. Definitely in mobile. Everybody knows about mobile marketing. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. And we believe that cubes are next. Next slide. Okay, so we've gone through viral marketing. Now we're going to go through CUBIN, which is basically talking about the cube. Next slide, Mike. Okay, so what is the cube? In essence, the cube is the ultimate customer engagement experience. And how it works is very simple. On a screen on a PC or a Mac, it will spin by clicking and dragging or using the little boxes that you can see at the top of the screen, right above the box, right above the cube. And when you get it on a mobile or when you get it on a tablet, you swipe it. So it spins in all directions. Go ahead, next slide, Mike. Okay, so why would I want one? This is where I share a story about an interesting little interaction I had with the internet marketing director for Chevy in the Las Vegas Valley. He's over all of them from Boulder City up to North Las Vegas. And there's a few of them. We sat down. I showed it to him on my phone. He played with it for a while, looked at it. He said, "Yeah, that's fun. That's cool." Gave me back my phone. Looked at his computer and says, "You know I got a lot of apps, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the last bunch you sent me." And he goes, "They're all based on productivity." He says, "I don't have anything to have fun." He points at my phone and he says, "That's fun." I said, "All right, Chris, where are you going with this? Because there's obviously a purpose for you stating that." He goes, "Yeah, you know all these young kids, these Gen Ys and these millennials?" I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "They're deathly afraid of this place." I said, "Well, considering the stigma of the industry, brother, that's kind of how it goes." He goes, "Yeah, but if I send them one of those, I bet they might start thinking different." And it kind of came as an epiphany that this little thing that people can play with and can have fun with, they may not necessarily initially look at it, but they're going to play with it. And they're going to have fun with it. And in their mind, the brand can start changing. His suggestion was they might actually believe that the car dealerships are a fun place to hang out just because of that little cube that they got on their phone. Next slide, please. So how can you use it? There's a number of different ways you can do it. We have different examples on our site if you want to go there. I'm not sure, Mike, if you can get out to any of those cubes. There's 3 links there that are live on the PowerPoint. If you can click on any of them. If not, go to plumcube.co/demos and you will see the 3 top ones. Jennifer Gonzalez is an actress, model, and stunt car driver, amazingly enough. And she's good too. There is a car dealership in there, and we have an example realtor cube as well. This will give you an idea of different ways that you can actually use the cube for your business, for your personal branding, what have you. Next slide, please. Okay, so here's the features. Basically, we've got about 15 widgets on this thing, and these are the most important ones. Image and audio, pretty self-explanatory. You get an image on the cube, and you get to put an audio right on one side. Each side, you can choose one of these widgets and put it on that one pane, and then it's basically what you have. The flow is going to be according to what you want it to be. So there's image and audio, or you can just put an image only. If you go to Jennifer's, her first pane is just a picture. You can do a video or video playlist, and this is the cool part about this one. All it is copying that little share link from YouTube or Vimeo and pasting it into the back office, and it will pull the video in. So when somebody decides to watch your videos, they click on the panel, it opens up what looks like a playlist from YouTube, and they can just go down the line and watch each of the videos. E-commerce and PayPal, yes, you can use this to sell. You can use this in affiliate marketing. You can use this to pre-sale coupons if you wanted to. It just depends on what you want to do with it. PDF display. We have a couple of magazines, one that has already 84 pages on one pane, and we can actually put in 2 more of their issues. There's more than enough room to do it. Social media integration, social bookmarking. Okay, so let me explain the difference. Integration is obviously your fan page, and your fan page will actually come up on a pop-up. Bookmarking, obviously, that's for them to say, I like, I +1, I retweet. Okay. Promotion is basically your lead generation. So for the realtors, it's click to call, click to text, or click to email. On the click to call, which is really cool, it asks for the person's phone number and then connects the owner of the cube and that person so they can talk immediately. The last one's a cool one. This is the one that's probably brought the most value to the cube, and that's called the multimedia widget. If you have somebody that can do HTML, they can put in just about anything through that widget. If anybody's a programmer, it comes out looking like an iframe and an iframe kind of thing. That's about the best way I've heard it described. We've seen Amazon shopping carts put on here. We've seen capture forms for newsletters, for CRMs. So again, for lead generation, this multimedia widget is good. It really, at that point, becomes only the limits of your mind. Next slide, please. Okay, so let's get into some benefits. What can this thing do? First off, it's user-friendly. You can set your cube up in as little as 10 minutes. This was set up as a do-it-yourself, a DIY. Okay, and there are tutorials in the back for setup that are available if you need some guidance. Next slide, please. This is the cool part. We were talking about viral potential. Okay, you can text or email this cube directly to your customer or client database. Anytime you decide you want to do something viral, you need to have a base of people who are going to take it and push it forward. A core group of very loyal customers, or a core group of friends that have their own networks as well. it's them that receives the cube, and then they're able to push it forward as well. They can text it or email it right from the cube or share it to social media right away. One of the things that gets them to do that, it's a new thing, it's fun to play with, it's cool, no one else has it. So for anybody who understands viral marketing, it's, I got it first, my friends are going to love this, I got to send it to them. And that's what you want to create in your content as well. The cube being fun and just being something new and cool already starts that. Next slide, please. Young and old love to play with this. Okay. My business partner, Joshua Abrams, took this to his mom. His mom's about 70 years old, and she took the thing and she started messing with it on the phone as well. And he goes, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I like playing with this thing. I just want to see where it lands." And he's like, "Oh, that's cool." So you can get viral cube advertising. Again, just as I mentioned before, if you pass it out to the database and to the people that are out there that are your customers already, and they start passing it out to other people, and they think it's cool and fun to play with, that's viral cube advertising. And then it's excellent branding for your business, because again, even if you're an insurance guy, you might be able to brand fun in someone's mind. Who are they going to think of first the next time they need an insurance quote? Geico or you? So you can use this cube for 3 different things. You can use it to make sales directly. You can use it for lead gen. Again, that click to call or email or text from the cube. You can see the amount of hits, people actually looking at the cube, so you can watch how many times it's been seen. It does have a CRM in the back. So as someone is text or emailed the cube from the cube, it adds them into the database in the back. You can email and text from the back of the cube as well. Okay, it does also. You can also do SEO on these cubes. So for those who are wondering, well, how does this thing get found? Well, if you're doing PDFs, that's one. At the same time, it also has SEO enabling, so you can get all your meta tags and things in there as well. Next slide. Okay, the biggest benefit, guys, it is a viral tool that you can use to get your brand out to the marketplace with something fun, cool, and new that nobody else has. Okay. Okay, CUBIN yourself, it's Mike was mentioning about having the purple cow, and it's one of the things that I really enjoy about Seth Godin is when he did that talk, it really does make sense that you are going to stop if you're driving down the road and happen to see a purple cow. And everybody wants to do that. The problem is that they can only do it with Me Too products, or they have to come up with something else that's cool and pray that it will get sent out and will go viral. And in some cases, you can't tell when it's going to go viral. If you use the right formula and you get the right stuff and it hits just the right time, it'll go. But if you got a tool that's already out there that's new and fresh that nobody else has, you got some great beginnings already. Okay, so people will engage more by playing first and then asking who sent this. Because really, it's like a fidget. They want to hang out, they want to play, they want to relax, they want to enjoy. And then they'll look down and go, okay, who sent that? Oh, that's cool. And they can send it to their friends by text or by email, right from that cube. You can brand yourself on the bleeding edge of technology. Everything is headed out to 3D. And just as a quiet note, it's headed towards hologram 3D. And this just happens to be poised to be right at the head of that when that comes out. Okay, you can capture information for multi-channel follow-up. Okay, and again, in summary, that's basically it. When you have viral marketing going through a totally new and cool tool that everybody else can pass on and forward, you have the beginnings of some viral content, just cubing yourself. Next slide, please. So again, we believe that PlumCube is the next step in viral media marketing. If you're going to create some really cool content and load it up on the 6 sides of this deal, have the ability to capture information, have the ability to talk to your potential clients, have the ability to brand yourself, this is the way you're going to want to do it. Okay, so what do we offer? Some of these things. One, you get one cube with all the widgets available on all panes. We do have some stock designs for your own use, and if you need some help with that, we'll be able to get that over. Okay. Usually there's a simple setup with a one-time fee. We'll talk to you about that in a second. Mike and us have been working on something. Okay. The monthly maintenance on this deal, it's a separate cost. So if you do need monthly maintenance, we're happy to work with you on that. If you need custom designs, we actually have a separate division called D-Cube, and it's a bunch of graduates from the Art Institute in Nevada, and they'll be happy to work with you as well. That is an outside cost. Okay, so it's simple. Set it, use it, get it out to your database today, and get them sharing. to give you a quick idea of what we're talking about, normally the cube you set up is $350. Okay, that's for basic stuff. We're gonna wipe that off. A lot of you guys are marketers and tech savvy enough, you don't need it. And we're cool with that. Okay. The usual monthly fee for this, just on the multimedia widget alone, already, it's worth already $99.97. Mike and we basically worked this out. Oh, this is a different one, Mike. Guys, if you buy today, it says get your first month of $75 today only. I'm gonna change that. If you buy your cube today before 5 o'clock, and let's make that Pacific Standard Time so everybody gets a fair shot at this. If you get your cube today before 5 o'clock, it will be $75 a month for the life of the cube, period. But only today. After today, it goes back up to $99.97. We all know that inflation is all over the place. Oil's going up, gas going up, food going up. This will go up at 5 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time. Mike, you want to get back in here? Yep, if you have further questions or anything else, you're more than welcome to get to plumcube.co/more info. There is a promo code that you will need to use. And if you guys are ready for that code, it's Butler, all small caps. So Butler 75. And again, that code will be good till 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today.
You know, Michael, that was a great presentation, and I like the novelty of the cube and what you said about the millennials playing with this. For something to go viral, mobily, this is a powerful tool to do that with. There's so much noise in the marketplace, and so I created a cube. It was easy to do. You guys helped me with that. We're pushing it out, and I'm liking the fact too that we can send text messages. I was spending about 100 to 150 a month sending out hundreds of opted-in text message subscribers, updates on different product offerings that we have, and you save me a boatload of money right there just by replacing that, the text blast. I don't have to do my text provider anymore. You guys are doing that on the back end. Maybe comment on that.
Yeah, the ability to go ahead and save. This is an economical solution, guys. Again, having it at just the retail at $99.97 and being able to email it out the back end and text it out of the back end, which basically means out of the database side, can save you a ton of money. Mike's already experienced that, as he just said. It's the ability to be able to push this out en masse.
Well, the other thing is, too, I have a lot of clients that do a lot of seasonal promotions, you know, for a restaurant or for Christmas shopping coming up and school's out or back to school here in a few months. There's always seasonal things going on with traditional brick-and-mortar mom-and-pop businesses. So it really is built for them. It's built for the single solopreneur, but it's also built for the brick-and-mortar restaurant or startup company.
You should see, yeah, you can see some of the, like, anybody who's a service-based, restaurants, car repair shops, anybody that does bakeries or anything of that nature. Think about being able to text out the cube, and you're not just texting out your coupon. You still have your videos out there. You still have your capture form for your newsletter in case somebody wants to get on that as well. You know, you've got 6 sides to play with, guys. It's really only limited to what your mind can come up with. So it's really up to you. What do you want to accomplish?
Before we're going to repeat the offer again, but we had a little trouble opening the slides of the examples. We're going to share that in the M3 Facebook fan page. So we're going to repost this recording along with the live link so you can check it out. But let's talk about the offer again. I think it's a great offer, the ability to nail it down for life. What are we giving them until 5 o'clock tonight?
Until 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. What is that, June 11th? Just to make sure that it's on record. If you purchase your cube today using Butler 75 as the promo code, you will get your cube at $75 a month for the life of your cube.
That's exciting, guys. I can definitely see the ROI there, and it's really limited by only your imagination. And so we're going to be using this for our clients. We were already started using this for some of our product offerings and seeing some great traction here. So I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy schedule. Now, we told you we'd give you some free gifts, and we are. Today, as soon as we post the live replay here, the rebroadcast, within the hour in the Facebook fan page, we're also going to include for you the live link for the ebooks that we mentioned, the Seth Godin ebook and the Monetize Yourself Online ebook from myself. So we want to thank you very much for your time. Are there any other questions? Let me check the chat box. Great to have everybody here today. And, oh, the other thing, we just had this question come in. If they forward this out to a friend or business owner, will we honor this? And the answer is yes. If you forward this out to one of your friends, clients, family members, or authors that wants to take advantage of the Cube after watching the Google Hangout, they qualify for the promo as well. Okay? Thanks for sharing. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Michael.
Go viral.
Big time.
Bust the move.